Wish TV is your home for high school football. Greg Rakestraw from the ISC Broadcast Network is here once again this week to break down our game of the week. All right, North Central is headed to Carmel. Tough matchup. It
is. And again, North Central and Carmel, this is a rivalry that predated their MIC days and continues on after, both have kind of gone their separate ways in terms of the conference. But North Central is a team that is young and rebuilding. Derek Hart is the new head coach there. Derek played at North Central. His dad, John, is the head coach at Brownsburg. Derek had been a successful head coach in Illinois at a young stage of his career and took the North Central job. You see their game against Cathedral last week, where they're a little bit overmatched, understandably so. I think a lot of us believe that give North Central a couple of 3 years, we'll kind of return to where they were 4 or 5 years ago. But right now, this would be a bit of an uphill climb. Obviously, we saw Carmel last week, and it was a Carmel team that found a way to beat Lawrence North, despite the fact that LN outgained them by 170 yards. So about to see the game-winning touchdown pass thrown to junior Ozzie Pollard with less than 40 seconds left to go as Carmel would win that game 17-14. So this is a Carmel team that, because they have played such kind of a wide schedule in terms of the variety of teams they have played, I think this is now kind of a chance for them to kind of get their feet underneath of them and see exactly what John Hebert's team is made of this year.
Clearly there's some passion and motivation behind those players. What other games are you watching this
All right,
week?
So some of the other bigger games in the area this week to look at. Buff and Roncalli catches my attention. That's a very big game for the Circle City Conference. Brownsburg and Westfield. Again, the HCC is absolutely loaded this season. But we referenced Lawrence North in terms of Carmel upsetting them last week. I'm not sure if LN quickly gets over that one. But they need to because they're playing Ben Davis this week, and that game, even though it's already in week 6, is largely for the MIC championship. Both teams are 2-0, going out and play just 5 league games now in the MIC. So that is a huge game. It's crazy. I think we're talking about conference championships.
No kidding.
In week number 6 because the season flies by each and every year.
I know you've had your eyes on some of these kids who have already been college recruited.
Sure.
Are any others some rising stars that have surprised you?
Ben Davis. And seeing them, there is such young talent. Mark Zachary's a guy we have talked about. He was a two-way player in terms of basketball and football as a freshman at Ben Davis.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids are really talented seniors who have already made their college commitments. For example, we showed highlights of Cathedral and North Central for last week. Well, Danny O'Neill's going to play for Deion Sanders at Colorado. And all of a sudden,
that's incredible.
Since that is like the zeitgeist now, it's talking about Deion Sanders and Coach Prime. That's a very big deal for him. So the great thing about these teams in Central Indiana is most of them have, if not Division I talent, then D2, D3, NAI talent, because we are so lucky, and the coach has done such a great job of developing these players across Central Indiana.
Forget how young they are sometimes when we're watching.
Absolutely.
Greg, thanks so much. Always appreciate it. You can catch every play of our Game of the Week live on our sister station. MyIndy TV 23 starts at 7 tomorrow night. Then don't forget to switch over to Wish TV for complete highlights on The Zone.